Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Justin Wolf from Wolf Customs.
And I'm Larry Roberts. Both Justin and myself pride ourselves in bringing only the best outdoor videos.
Where we show only the reality of the situation, none of the staged drama.
So if you want to see what the popular TV shows didn't show, then stay with us and we'll show you the skills and knowledge needed.
We'll show our success and our failures. In many cases, these are things that we've never done ourselves, and we're going to be learning right alongside you.
But what we won't show is the made-up drama, only put in for ratings.
So this week's episode of Clothed and Confident is it's from Larry Roberts. Larry had a couple ideas on making fire and everything else that he's seen on popular TV shows. They wanted to give a try. Basically, there was three of them. He wanted to try to achieve fire with a battery from a cell phone, parabolic lens, and then also he wanted to try something that was very unorthodox, and I had never even heard of it. Is flint and steel using alcohol, not a charred material and not a natural material or anything like that, but like alcohol. I had never seen this done, and I asked him, I said, where in the world did you see this from? And I guess there was an episode of Man, Woman, Wild, season 2, episode 7, where Mike took whiskey and put it on his tinder, saturated his tinder with it, threw a spark in there and got flame. Now, it's TV, you know. I just don't, I love flint and steel. You guys have seen how often I use flint and steel. I just don't know how practical, it's not practical, let's be honest. But it's still kind of cool and it might be fun to try. I just don't see it happening, I really don't. The problem is we are out visiting, my mom right now, and I went and I left my my steel at home, so I had to get creative while I was out here, and I just took an old piece of steel that I know is high carbon, and I heated it up and I tempered it, and I got it to where it throws sparks. Problem is it doesn't throw very big sparks. It's only throwing smaller sparks, which is fine on a charred substance, but I just don't know if this is going to be good enough for the experiment that we're doing today. But we're going to try it anyway. I won't be doing the cell phone battery challenge because I don't have a spare cell phone, and the last thing I want to do is ruin mine. So I'm going to pass on that, but I will be doing the parabolic lens and the alcohol test. So let's do the parabolic lens first. So what I got is a flashlight like this, and all we're going to do is we're going to unscrew this, and then we're just left with this section here. Pull the bulb out, and then you've got that like that. Should be able to twist this until the tabs line up. Maybe. Come on. There. And there we got that. Now, I have used a parabolic lens before on solar ignition. I've never tried natural materials with a parabolic lens. I've only used a charred material like charred punkwood. But today we're going to try both. I've also never used a parabolic lens. You can see how this one's got like little individual cells, or what, I don't necessarily know what they're called, but it's not smooth. And I've never used one like that. I've only used one that was smooth, and it was from a headlight on a vehicle. So let's try this. Now we're going to start off with charred punkwood and see how that works for us. Now the idea is to take your charred material and put it right down there in the center. And we're going to aim this directly at the sun. And just like a magnifying lens, we're going to be able to focus our beam of light by rolling this around until we find that sweet spot, and then we can kind of adjust it and draw that focused beam in on our tinder, or in this case our charred punkwood. Alright, so basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that piece, put it right there in the center. And this can be difficult. Point this towards the sun and try to get that beam focused as tight as I can. Hear all the panting in the background. It's because we're being harassed by dogs right now. I don't know if you can see that beam tightening up. There. That's a pretty good spot right there. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so I always take my charred substance and I always transfer it over into my tin, and that's just because the coal is going to grow, and it actually takes this whole thing and turns it into nothing more than a big coal bed. So that way it gives me time if I need it. Because that coal will spread into that whole thing, and you're basically, like I said, you're just turning it into a campfire, coal bed at that point. And there you go. Okay, so there's the parabolic lens, and you can see how that's just all spreading now, like I said. So if you need that extra time, it's easy, and you got it. No problem at all. So now I'm going to take this parabolic lens, and we're going to try to take this tinder that I've snuffed out. I'm going to try to roll it up. Like I said, this is what I've never tried before. I've never tried to use one of these on natural materials. Okay, so now you can see that I've got that in there like that, and again we're just going to try to kind of tricky trying to get that thing really super focused. I think I've got it about as focused as I can get it. I'm not really seeing smoke. I don't know if that has anything to do with, like I said, this parabolic lens isn't smooth. It's got those little cells in it. Let's see if I can. There. Starting to see smoke. I don't know if I've got that packed tight enough to really hold an ember though. So I'm just going to let it sit there for a few minutes and really let it build. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Still going. May have lost it right then. Yeah, I lost it. My material wasn't packed tight enough.
Maya, go.
Thing to hold an ember is a bit challenging here. it to hold that ember. Kid found us. See, I got this beam on this one really good. It's smoking really good. There's no reason that this should hold an ember. It's not. Let's try to do it a little bit differently. Let's try to put it up top. Don't know if this will work any better or any worse. Get it to focus. Let's try a smaller piece. Getting into smoke and smolder, no problem at all. Tell if I've got it or not. It's too bright. Can't see. Got it. This is getting aggravating. Oh no, I do got it. It's still smoking. Woo! That was a challenge, boys and girls. That was a challenge. The little ember that I got from that, I mean, was tiny, tiny, tiny. And we had to work our butts off to get that thing aflame. But we got it, so that's cool. Alright, so we was successful with the parabolic lens, but now comes the real challenge. Because I just don't see this, I don't see it happening, I really don't. I think that the episode that I saw was probably fabricated a little bit or very drawn out. I don't think that, who knows, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it'll work. But anyway, I am not much of a hard alcohol drinker, I'm just more of a beer guy. So I don't have any hard whiskey or anything like that. So it's what I did is I just picked up some 91% alcohol. Oh, we'll see. I just don't have high hopes. Okay, so the episode that I watched is what he did is my cock actually had some, if I remember correctly, they were pine needles. But I don't have pine native here, so I'm just using, inner cottonwood fiber mixed in with some cotton. And in the episode he took whiskey and just poured it on there. I mean, poured it on pretty good, and then threw sparks into it and got it to ignite. I'm gonna try it. With my makeshift steel striker. You guys are going to have a hard time seeing sparks because it's just really sunny. But it's throwing sparks. Not very good ones. Yeah, I can see them. I mean, I'm throwing sparks. They're just very small, and like I said, it's sunny and hard to see. This is just so unpractical. Let's try it like this. The sparks I'm getting are they're just little bitty things. There is no way that's going to work with that steel striker. Just isn't going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm not even going to sit here and waste my time with that nonsense. You better have one of these on you, plain and simple. I love flint and steel, everybody knows it. But if you're not carrying a ferro rod, you better start doing it now, because if you're going to have to rely on flint and steel without a charred material, you're in a world of hurt, plain and simple. Alright, I know I was gonna have somebody question whether or not this thing's actually throwing sparks or not. Maya, get out of here. So I came into this barn here, and I'm gonna show you. You can see that it's throwing showers of sparks. Throwing showers of sparks. They're just small sparks, you know? So I question whether or not that was going to be good enough to do that. So this is something that I am going to practice when I get home. This video, I'm going to class it up as a fail, but I still can see that this might actually work based on the sparks that I'm getting here. I just see it as unlikely. Of course, I'm going to watch Larry's video and he's probably going to show me that I'm completely wrong, which is fine. Okay, I've decided not to give up. I'm going to go ahead and stay in here where it's dark and where I can see these sparks. And we're going to try doing this again. Maybe I just need a stronger alcohol. You know, maybe I need some moonshine or something like that. Or maybe the alcohol was getting on the stone and I wasn't getting as many sparks as what I thought I was. I don't know. We're going to find out now that I can see a little bit better. Still getting sparks. And they're bouncing back in my tinder. That's completely saturated in alcohol, and I'm not getting anything. Not a thing. But like I said, so you can see that it's saturated in alcohol, but we're just not getting it with the flint and steel, plain and simple. So Larry, I wish you luck on that one, man. I hope that you got it. I hope that you found a way for it to work so that way you can share it with everybody. I'm going to keep practicing when I get home with a larger, or excuse me, my good flint and steel set. But anyway, it is what it is. So what kind of fun would we be having right now if we didn't take a little bit of this alcohol, put on that tinder right there, and put it in that parabolic lens and see what happens. Let's just see, shall we? Nothing major, really. It's not helping it. It's about the same results as before. Anyway, enough of that. These are all fun experiments that we can do off the camera. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Clothed and Confident. The parabolic lens, when it comes to natural material, I guarantee that this is something that I'm going to be working on. That was a heck of a challenge, but at least we got it. Alcohol and flint and steel, I don't see it being practical. Not saying that it's impossible, so I'm hoping that Larry is successful with it so we can all learn that it is actually possible. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.